Listen up. The mother of your child can't eat, sleep, shower, or even use the bathroom on her own time because she has to work around her child's schedule. Meanwhile, you're not missing any sleep, can eat a hot meal without interruption, can hop in the shower without having to stick your head out every 2 minutes to check if you hear crying, and can sit on the toilet as long as you want without being tugged on, stared at, or rushed. And you're wondering why she's always upset with you. It's not even always about the money.
The contents on this channel are for learning, insight, and introspection. Hey YouTube, you have made your way back to Mind Your Mind with Just Justified. So you saw the thumbnail, so let's jump right in. So, Deadbeat Fathers. I came across this clip and it was of a man's viewpoint on parenting after a breakup. So let's check it out.
Can you ask this question again?
Why do baby dads pick and choose what kids they want to raise?
Women are delusional.
What?
You do know when you break up with so does the kid. Like, y'all understand that, right? He doesn't owe you nothing. That man don't owe you. He don't owe the kid nothing. He don't owe you. He's in a relationship with both of y'all. If you and that man break up, that man and that kid break up. Because if he goes and finds another family, his loyalty is to them. To the family he has, not the broken family he helped create, to the family he's trying to maintain. So I get it. I do get it. I understand. I swear to God I do. People get upset because it's like, if you have kids over there and kids over here, why are you treating these kids over here better than the kids over there? So are you overall a bad dad?
Yes.
Nah. You're
Yes,
a bad dad.
No,
It's
because
about perspective,
well,
bro. Hey,
well,
Quay,
well,
it's
first
about
of all,
perspective.
First of all, most of the time when these baby daddies are being complained about, they're not even with anybody. They're not with any of their baby mothers. So nice try
But
by
no,
saying they're trying to build a new
no,
family.
So he said that it is delusional to expect the father of a child to be in his child's life post breakup. He said he does not owe you anything, nor does he owe the child. How low functioning is that? We can agree that he does not owe the baby mother anything necessarily, right? But guess what? He absolutely owes the child his time, his love, and his support. After seeing the Cam Newton interview and the fact that he was delusional on even what makes a broken home, it's sad that there are low functioning individuals like this chatting about out there. And I mean them and the people they lay with. He even acknowledges that it was a broken family he helped create. He acknowledged that if you heard him. How delusional can he be? Woman, listen, guard your wounds. Because a man like him should not be procreating. So let's go into the comment section and see what other people had to say. So this person says, giving anyone a podcast platform is very dangerous because people will say the craziest, unethical things just for our youth to consume and think to be true. Because I kind of hope he's not a dad. Because if he's a father and then his child gets their hands on this, you know, that's sad. That's sad. He gotta be saying this trying to go viral, because ain't no way he's serious. And as I said, because if it's just for him to be viral, that's another, as I said, I call them low-hanging fruit. Pretty much. Basically, he's saying a man needs, as a payment, to take care of children. Shaking my head. This how my dad think. And I said, that's someone in the comment section saying, this is how my dad think. So even if you want to say, oh, this is not real, he's just saying it for the wow factor to go viral, then there is someone in the comments saying that this is how their dad thinks. If that's my child and me and mom break up, and that is still my child. If I start a new family, then my child is also part of the family. If her mother starts a new family, then guess what? We're all family. Me being a dad isn't determined by the relationship I have with mom. You made the child, you raise a child. There goes an actual adult. So this one says, if this isn't a birth control ad, I don't know what is. Imagine sharing yourself with someone that thinks so little of you. His mentality is quite common. Then I'm going to switch to that second comment on the bottom. It says, I've overheard it so many times in barbershops, at work, at school, and in general, that I'm not even shocked anymore. Another person who's heard it in real time. Most men despise women, particularly when they no longer hold any personal value to them. I'm awaiting the onslaught of insults for this truth to come from them now. So that's someone who's seen it, who has encountered it in barbershops, at work, school, and in general. Oh. He got to be saying this to go viral. This has to be rage bait. If not, it's men like him that give all of us dads a bad rep. Take away his podcast equipment right now. I like that guy. You know, and I'm glad for those who stand up and say something about it. Those stand-up fathers. Those who are involved in their children's lives and do not have this mentality. Like, I feel like that's the most we can do right now. Like, as women, I feel we need to stand up to the woman that's giving women a bad name out there. And men, stand up for the men, you know, against those men that's giving you a bad name out there as well. You know, because that's all we got in a sense. And we have a lot of repair to do. This is why we as women need to collectively stop procreating with these type of men. That's a whole fact. He really thought this made sense, huh? These the type of men and women you stay away from at all costs. I need people to start asking more questions and having more in-depth conversations before you sleep with someone. Absolutely. Let's be real. His dad did this to him, so he's doing it to others. Hurt people hurt people. And we're going to end it there. Yeah. So now it was refreshing to see so many sound-minded men in the comments. You know, not advocating that degenerate mentality. There were so many who insinuated that he was saying this for shock value to go viral. My thing is, I would never stand behind such a toxic rhetoric just to go viral. Whether you have access to the child's mother or not, you should always be present in your child's life. It's such a selfish choice for a situation you had a contribution in creating, for you to just think you have no obligations whatsoever. Even those who get to pick and choose when you get to parent, let's consider this.
Phrase right here is how I delicately validate my children's pain when their father disappoints them, all while making him take accountability and acknowledging that what he's doing is wrong. And that phrase is, sweetie.
Wait, it's not even that one. I'll do the one before.
Deadbeat baby dads, listen up. The mother of your child can't eat, sleep, shower, or even use the bathroom on her own time because she has to work around her child's schedule. Meanwhile, you're not missing any sleep, can eat a hot meal without interruption, can hop in the shower without having to stick your head out every 2 minutes to check if you hear crying, and can sit on the toilet as long as you want without being tugged on, stared at, or rushed. And you're wondering why she's always upset with you. It's not even always about the money. It's the fact her life revolves around her child and you get to pick and choose when you want to be a parent.
And that's something I feel like, a lot of fathers sometimes, or even if it's the father who is the primary parent and, mothers, your life revolve around that child now. And there's like a lot of those little intricacies that you're not even considering that they have to kind of sacrifice in a one day alone. There are those children where you could barely even go to the bathroom on your own without them wanting to cling to you, to follow you, to whatever, So it's like, even though you may want to take a break, it's optional. It depends on, it's like a take it where you can kind of thing when it comes to parenting. Like, you can be sick as a dog and that doesn't take away from you parenting. So here's advice a woman had as how to approach a situation when a father is inconsistent. And let's see what she says.
Phrase right here is how I delicately validate my children's pain when their father disappoints them, all while making him take accountability and acknowledging that what he's doing is wrong. And that phrase is, sweetie, I'm sorry that daddy didn't do such and such. I know that must be hurtful. That has nothing to do with you. Daddy is not doing the right things right now, but I'm going to continue to pray for him and hope that he wakes up and begins to do better. This phrase right here is letting the child know that the father is wrong. I'm not going to make excuses for his behavior and lie. I'm still wishing him the best. So it's not like I hate your father. Because the better of a man he becomes for himself, the better of a parent he's going to be for my kids. And the reason why it has to be acknowledged that the other parent is wrong when they are wrong is because we're not trying to raise kids to continue to be loser adults and loser parents. We don't want them to continue this cycle. And if they know better with this information, hopefully they'll do better. Don't lie to your kids thinking that you're protecting their feelings. They know they're not stupid, and what you're doing is saying that the example that daddy is setting when he's failing you as your parent is okay. We're going to sugarcoat it, brush it off, and dismiss your feelings as a child to protect him. We don't do that over here. Over here, we take accountability, call you out when you're wrong. You got to come more correct to be over here.
So she was saying, validate the child's disappointment. Do not lie to protect. Do not lie to the child to protect, but show care by even saying, like how she said, I'll pray for him, and they need to understand what actions are acceptable and what are not acceptable actions. So what do you think about that, about her approach? I understand it, because you don't want to invalidate the child's disappointment of missing their father, and you don't want that child to be deceived that this is an okay thing to do to a child, to your child, and let him or her understand that it's not okay. I think that was important to break the toxic cycles that were created. So I see her approach. So here is another video.
Because you had a deadbeat father doesn't mean you have to turn out to be a deadbeat father. We oftentimes use the excuse of, I don't know how to do this because I didn't have this. I didn't have a father. From about 5 to 18, I seen my father like 5, maybe 6 times that I can recall from my memory. And I'll never forget, I was in the 4th grade and my dad called me. It was on a Wednesday. He was like, hey, son, when Friday come, I'm going to come pick you up. I'm like, all right, cool. Heck yeah. He was like, we're going to spend the whole weekend together. I'm excited. I get off school. I sit in that window all day, fall asleep on the couch, wake up like, dang, he didn't come. And I thought to myself, at 10 years old, I'm like, if I ever have kids, if I tell them I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it. Just because you had or have a deadbeat father, he can still teach you a lesson of what not to do with your children, of what not to be with your children. You don't have to turn out like him. You can be better than him. You can take what he did to you and use that as an example for good. Out of bad, you can always get good.
So we see the outcome of our excuses. So let's break the cycle. Now, I'm not an all men this or all woman that crusader. I'm not at all, because though I have witnessed deadbeats anecdotally, I have also witnessed some awesome fathers as well. So I know it is never an across the board thing, right? But one thing I learned, that in our journey of dispelling the truth that not all fathers out here are deadbeats, we cannot invalidate the many men that do and give that are deadbeats, and then give the good ones a bad name. We can't invalidate that. We can't invalidate their effect on children, and the toxic ones, and their effect on children, and their absence or their inconsistencies or whatever. So also, as women, we have to realize the importance of guarding our womb. We have to guard our wombs from the toxic, low-tier men that share the ideology as that man in the first clip. We need to guard our womb from those toxic men. And to the low-functioning woman that make it difficult for their for the fathers to be in their child's life, to those two, you need to put your children first. Put aside all that ghetto, if he moves on, then whatever, I don't want him around. Like, no. Put your child first. We need to hold ourselves accountable as a society to how far we let things get so far for some time. only for a fleeting moment of pleasure. Look how far things got. So it was absolutely refreshing seeing this panel of men that stated that they wouldn't even befriend men that are deadbeat dads. I thought this panel was refreshing when I found it.
Like deadbeat dad's hand, bro. My sister baby daddy sent me a friend request. I sent him a message, boy, I don't accept friend requests from deadbeat dads. Why you not my nephew life? That's just real, bro.
Straight up.
I need to know what's up.
I don't know not one.
So
because I don't keep them around me
at all. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of questions for deadbeat dads, boy. A lot of questions.
And that be the problem, bro. Like, you literally have dudes that just allow that type of dude around them. Like, we going to kick it. We going to the club every day. We going into the mall. We getting on hoes. We playing Madden. We playing 2K all day long. And this man, all the time he with you, his kid is out there at the crib by itself or with his mom. He's like, you ain't in your kid life. Ain't add to your kid at all.
Boy.
How your daughter doing? You know,
she all right.
You know, Keisha been tripping. You ain't got shit to do with your daughter.
So I agree with what they said. Like, we need to stop condoning degenerate behavior. We need to stop condoning it. Like, if you have a friend who's not up to par to what they need to be doing, I mean, it shouldn't even get as far to call them a friend, to be honest. So, women, guard who you allow to impregnate you. These low-functioning men shouldn't even get the chance to entertain our time, to take away from our, our focus, our worth, our value. Stress the importance of family. And I know life happens sometimes. I do know. But stress the importance of family, because we need to learn to not just make decisions for self. Because once you have participated in bringing a child into the equation, and even if the relationship does not work, we need to put great effort in healthy co-parenting. Even if the relationship don't work, that should be our next focus, not self. So I do have this mindful moment. All right, so this mindful moment is something from the centeredparent.com. This is found at the centeredparent.com. It says, co-parenting with an ex can be tough, but if you stay calm and keep your child's needs in focus, your actions will always be sound, no matter how your co-parent might behave. So, as we said, keep your child's needs in focus. So, I mean, I don't know how many people agreed with that first clip. If you agree with that first clip, I want to hear from you. I want to know how your mind is working with that. But if not, let's continue to get to where we need to be on a healthier plane. All right? So, until next time, peace.